taste of a little technical thing. That's just like something right out of the Carnival of Venice, only it's set in this real jazzy setting. So he takes us into this section where the band gets you set up, bump, bump, a bump, 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 bump. That'll be the first tune, and of course that's the cool piece to play. Then I'm going to go into something on the flugelhorn. And if you don't know the flugelhorn, it's essentially the same length as a B-flat trumpet. As far as if you unwrap the tubing, they would be the same. But of course, the fatter, wider, more open bore creates a much darker sound. This is the instrument that Chuck Mangione kind of made famous and more well known anyway. I am going to do some of this in my pop lady, some of that. And anyway, it's just a gorgeous sound, I think. And on the next selection I'll be doing is my chance to really sing to the audience. One of the greatest experiences I had in terms of affecting my approach to the trumpet was when I was in college and I got to go to Europe with the University of Delaware Concert Choir, and that experience was a 6-week tour. It was a great tour. I was a trumpet soloist on a couple pieces. But I started to become a singer on that trip. Instead of just playing the notes and doing that, there was something there with I was playing the words they were saying, and it sort of wow, it turned me more into at least I felt more like a singer when I came home. So on this piece is sort of a chance to sing, and you'll recognize this piece. And it's a really neat little arrangement of it too, and a little bit of a little jazz touch to it. How many of you don't really have a clue? All right, great, that's perfect. I like to have that. Let me have you ask, let me have you give me your idea of maybe what is involved. Anybody have an idea that's not a brass expert of how the sound is produced, or what do you think it might be? I do this with little kids. So much fun, but anyway. Any thoughts? So yes, it's definitely, it's air. But air alone doesn't work. It requires a little something else. And unlike woodwind instruments that have a reed and it vibrates, between the reed and the mouthpiece, they get that kind of a vibration going. The brass player has to create the vibration right here. This is our reed, our lips. So we have to learn to sort of improve upon what we all did as babies, and train our lips to, gradually, what we call this the embouchure, the whole area that's involved with playing the instrument and the muscles and so forth. So we train ourselves to be able to make that vibration a little bit faster, or in some cases it has to be a little looser. When you're playing the tuba, it's really a lot of that with the tuba. But learning how to change the position of the lips so that you get different frequencies of vibration. So that's basically what's going on, because when you're playing the instrument, you're playing a lot of different, the instrument will respond to different overtones if you vibrate at different frequencies. It's not all that much different than taking a little piece of hose and putting a funnel on the end. And if it was a big enough hose, you could actually put your lips in there and something would come out. This is a little bit smaller bore, so I have like a little plastic mouthpiece. I don't know, you may have seen and heard people play conch shells. Have you seen that at all? That's what that's about. The sound they're doing is they're creating it by vibrating into the little hole or whatever they make in the conch shell. But it's similar to this. Let's see what kind of overtones this particular length of moon gives. Now I'm changing my lip position when I get faster vibration. And you notice as you get higher, the overtones get a little bit closer. And that's where the natural trumpet players back in the Baroque period, when that style of playing, when Bach was writing those real high parts, and they were using a little bit fancier versions of this, but they were using that upper end. I don't know if I can do it, but something like that in the Brandenburg there. Anyway, that's the upper end, and you're really, but let's see what else we can do with this. But when the valves came along, which was a great way to add more tubing than just your basic tube, it actually, with every, when the valves were added, what happened was more tubing was added. With each one of these little valves, it's connected to a tiny little extra length of tubing. So within this piece of this one instrument, I really have several different combinations. I have an open combination. This is the B flat trumpet again. Or if I add this little tube right here, which would be the second valve, and I'm adding a little bit of length now. Or the first valve is a little bit longer still. This slide here, they all come out. So the air goes into that little slide and adds another length to the tubing. Or we have the third valve, which is way over here. It's a longer one still. So, and then when I start combining them, I get I do here with my embouchure, changing the speed of vibration, and what I do to engage the extra pieces of tubing, I have a lot more variety of notes to be able to play. Anyway, after you get up there, so that's a little bit how it works, if I can make it like that. As far as the next piece on my program was going to be, and I'm not going to play this one, but it was going to be something along the way where I believe that music, really playing music well, requires that you become an actor. And you really almost have to, act, or you get into the character of the music. If you're really going to make it great, it's one thing to just play notes, but to make it really come alive, it's like being an actor, really getting into the character. And the piece that I'm going to do next on the program is a Hungarian piece called Hungarian Melodies. So I get to be like a gypsy. And, it's really flashy and